Hey guys, I'm Yolanda Mabanga and you are tuned into another episode of UBUNTU.biz. Today, I speak to Nokubonga Ntuli. She is the owner of Skyee Blue, which is a manufacturing and supply company that provides quality uniforms, more especially for black communities in the rural and township areas. And I want to find out, as a young black female, how she managed to operate in this industry. So do follow me. Nokubonga, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Okay. I actually just want to tap into this first question, first and foremost, because it's not every day you run into a young black female that has ventured into the field that you ventured into. So, my question is, why school uniforms?
First, my main vision was about transforming black school to a multiracial school, taking their school concepts in the terms of uniform to bring into black community. First, I rated how they dress, self-confidence, how they portray themselves when they're wearing uniform. You can even think they already become doctors, but no, they're still students. So that was my main aim, to bring that community back to life, especially in the black children. That's why my main aim was like school uniform. It have to be the one, because the competition is there's a little bit lesser than other competition. The main supplier, especially in Durban, it's only Jam, and leading to becoming the new second competitor is the new shop. They are the only shop that only supplies school uniform. So by doing so, I want to be the next competitor to those two clothes shops that are there, to become the next girl, which making the school uniform manufactured by black people to the black communities.
Is that the main reason why you decided to do school uniforms?
It was a motive behind, according to my family background. There was a year when both my parents were not working. So even though I do sewing as a hobby, it's where I started to see that there's a capital they can really make. I can make a living out of it. Then it's where I started to take it seriously.
So why didn't you venture into fashion? Is there no capital in fashion?
There is, but the problem is go by season. You must only go by event, the certain occasion, the party that you attend, the certain place that you need to go to, but it's go by terms and time. But in the fashion of schoolwear, there's no terms, there's no time and event and certain occasion. You only know if a child is going to school, can be a middle year, in the beginning of the year, end of the year, the uniform is compulsory. Yeah.
So you actually did go into fashion besides schoolwear, once upon a time?
Yes, I did. But it was there, but my main focus was the main dress code. But you only see that it only fluctuated with time. But in school uniform, it's consistent. You know that if you make a certain target, it's easy to reach. And you have a certain people that you can hire for the certain moment to carry on the work.
So, you're saying that you're doing this as a hobby. Does that mean that you didn't go to school for it? How does that work?
To be honest, I do it as a hobby. And then I only went to a trainer. That guy is still alive, is a trainer. It's a Pumla Ngumalo, who's the one perfected my stitching, because only thing I was missing is the stitching. I know how to cut, I know how to do everything. My dad bought me a lot of books to study fashion design. It's where I learned. Then I was able to work with people who are fully qualified and went to big competition. And then I was the one who hired them, and then they entered my company.
Oh, wow. So you employed people that were qualified, yet when you weren't qualified?
Yeah.
That is magical.
For me to gain more experience, I needed those people to tell me what more did they learn from the school, because I didn't went to school, and then study from them, and
That's
then it's carried on like that since then.
So if this is a hobby, then what do you do that's serious? Is there something else that you do, or is just this is your full-time career right now?
Right now, this is my full-time career, because I went to school studying philosophy and theology, and then I didn't finish, but I want to finish, because it's something that I just want to have, because I enjoy being around people. But this is my full-time hobby. It's no longer a hobby, it's a business now that I'm taking serious. I'm running every day. Now I'm hiring even a graphic designer, because I'm no longer designing for myself. Also work with other people who are designers to collaborate my work. Yes.
So tell me about your competition, and is it tights? I'm talking about your other, I'm not going to mention names, but how do you feel that space is right now?
It is tight, especially after COVID. When you're placing an order, you go to a certain shop that will buy retailers, you place your order, you place your deposit. But this year it was too much complicated because you place your deposit, only thing they wanted the full price.
Okay.
And then the full price is something that you cannot maintain because the business was not flowing so well. So the competition was too high, was who's gonna deliver first.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's like surviving of the fittest every time. Who deliver first? After you delivered, you know you can buy like full price. So for me, I had few people that I know in the business who helped me out, and then I was able to hit few of my competitors.
I mean, still, while we're on the topic of talking about COVID-19, how did that pandemic actually affect your business?
It did, like big time. I was planning to expand because where I'm working is a little bit smaller. It's like an office place, it's not a warehouse. My main aim is having a warehouse, so I couldn't make that progress to okay. But I'm still hoping after this situation has passed, I'm gonna be, because now only thing I want people who's gonna be full time, not temporarily that I usually have and cut them out. Because when I cut a person while we're working, they have a bit of a crisis of the family issues. Now I want people who's gonna be full time. Yeah.
Let's talk about your family. I mean, how supportive are they with this industry that you've chosen?
Yeah, that my family. it's another bit tough cookie. It's a tough competition. To be shot. I raised by parents who believe that academic is the way. By then you have to be academic wise in order to have something, but it was hard to prove them a point. Not everything is all about academic, as long as you have support and people believe in you. Because to be honest, I started my business with 250. I get it from my dad.
250 rand?
It was 250 rands.
Wow.
And I even hire a place without having a rent money. Then the guy that was renting the place, I don't know, but they have a faith in me because he said, okay, you can use the place for 1 month, and then after you get few clients, then you can pay. It's
wow.
And then only thing, my dad gave me the 250 rand and he told me, this thing better work because your mom is gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And then it did work.
Yeah.
My first school, I remember, it was 2012, it was Patele Secondary School. It's in Claremont. There was the school who accepted my crazy jacket that I made. It was not fully stitched, fully designed, few details, and they believed that I can make it.
Yeah. So that was your very first project?
That was my first project.
And so how has the road been since that first project?
It was, when it carried on, it was nice. I also expanded to Eastern Cape, to other provinces. Then I had to close the business and go to school. Then that was the roughest time when I have to choose business and school. And then I didn't have full confidence and the full support. I choose school. And then later on I drop out and I saw, yes, school is good, but this is what I want. I can make a living out of it.
And let's talk about challenges that you've encountered in this. I mean, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've had to learn from during your journey?
I don't call them mistakes. You're good when you say challenges. Especially men. Men have a power outside. Men have guys can have great deals, but the exchange of the deal, I think sometimes is that make the business a bit hard to grow because you're not going to comply to the deals. They're the challenges that I really face. There are few women that come over, approach you, give you opportunity that, okay, you have this, your company is registered, go to this database and enter this. I find them so little. But the guys are the only thing. What they're offering for me is too cheap. Not too cheap, it make me too cheap, so I cannot take the offer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so many times I have great deals, but the offer was not for me. So I'm just praying and hoping that one day there's some few women who are gonna come with the better deals, working in department where we can supply fully confidence that there's no bribe, there's no nothing that's in the hand. Yeah.
Because I mean, walking in your building, I saw it's very fashion orientated.
Yeah.
And then you here doing schoolwear and you young. I mean, how do your peers feel about that? I mean, the other ladies that are doing fashion and you here doing schoolwear and you not even 30 yet. How do they feel about that?
Okay, schoolwear, it's all about, they say it takes too much time.
Oh, is that what they say?
Yeah, and it has like certain challenges in it. Because in schoolwear, you have to make like 10 garments for the person who's gonna make one dress to fit your 10 garments. Okay, let's say you can make 10 tracksuits and then you're gonna wear one dress for Durban July, it's gonna cost 5,000. For me, I have to make like 10 or 20 tracksuits to charge 5,000. And then it's where the difference is. But for me, it's not about the different how much I'm earning or how much I'm getting. It's how can I divide my work, not overloading myself? How can I bring other people in? Besides said, I'm having this 5,000 for myself only.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Let's talk about your price range. I mean, from the starting point to the end, how much would the most basic school uniform be and like the most expensive in your range?
My most expensive in the range, it's a tracksuit and the blazer. Because the blazers, we don't have the material here in South Africa anymore. The company just bought by somebody, so now we're importing from Joburg.
Okay.
Yeah, so the tracksuits, they're not, I can say they're expensive, but they're not much, because in black school, yes, they're expensive because it's 500 rands. But now one thing I did to make my market flow, I allowed parents to deposit for it.
Oh, okay.
So that my market can only grow, because I see that others cannot afford it. So it's how I do. In my uniform, you are allowed to pay the deposit up front. Then when you finish up your balance, and then you get your garment.
When you compare your prices to other companies that are in the markets, is there a big difference? Is it almost the same? How does it go?
It's a bit different, because I just rated a primary tracksuit was 450 primary, but mine is 500, but I'm working with high schools.
Oh, okay.
And then to the material that I'm using, I'm all about the material. I don't care how many stitches. Okay, I do worry about stitches because that make the garment out of all. But the main fact is the material. I have to test the material before I use it.
Because you want quality.
That's the thing. Even though quality can take too much time, because a kid can buy your tracksuits maybe grade 8. He's going to buy the second one in grade 11, but it's fine if it's like that.
Yeah.
But the main aim is the quality.
All right. Nokubonga, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I wish you nothing but the best for you and Skyee Blue until we do this again.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks to you.
It's true what they say, that the way you dress really does affect the way you go about your day. And Ntuli's vision is to do exactly that, to help learners achieve their dreams on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you know of any other entrepreneurs, please let me know on the comments below. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter on UBUNTU.biz. Otherwise, from me, Yolanda Mabanga, until we do this again, it is a goodbye.
You say that you know